Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. My name is Poshalina, and I am working as a freelance data scientist. I have experience in the field of data scientist and artificial intelligence for quite some time. So today I'm going to take the introductory session on Python here. So first of all, I wanted to ask you, has anyone has ever uh, any experience with Python? Please respond in the chat box. Hello. Okay, I'm getting responses. Am I audible? Someone is saying my audio is not clear.
No, madam, you're crystal clear. Please continue.
Yeah. Okay, sure. So uh, let me present to you a slide. I'll present my screen. My screen is visible, I guess. Is my screen visible? Okay. So first of all, what is Python? So Python is a high-level interpreted dynamic object-oriented programming language. So what do we mean by high-level? So high-level programming, Python is called a high-level programming language because its syntax very closely resembles the English language. Okay. Uh,
Excuse me, ma'am. Yes,
Hello.
ma'am. Now it's visible. Now it's visible, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So I was saying, what is Python programming language? Let us understand that first. There are various kinds of programming language, as we all know, Java, C++, C. So Python is a high-level interpreted dynamic object-oriented programming language. And it was first started as a hobby project by this person, Guido van Rossum. And after developing it, it was released in 1991. So it is a general purpose language. It is used for every building many kind of applications, every kind of application almost, and it is powering large companies like Netflix and Instagram are using Python programming as their backend in their backend. So Python is a very high level programming language, and it is called high level because its syntax resembles the English language. Okay, it is readable to humans and it is less readable to computers. And it is an interpreted language because do not need to manually compile Python language. It automatically compiles itself. We have to compile after coding. So that's why Python is a high level interpreted dynamic language. Dynamic means we don't have to describe the data types beforehand in Python. Okay, Python automatically guesses the data types. And now why Python? Why we are learning Python? So according to a popular study done some recent years ago, Python is the fifth most popular programming language all over the world, and it is an excellent language for beginners who have no experience with any kind of programming language, have not never been into the technical field, and it helps people learn easily and create wide range of programs. Okay, so I was telling why we are using learning Python, why Python is important to learn. So according to a popular study, Python is the fifth most popular programming language in worldwide, in the whole world right now. It is an excellent language for beginner programmers. Those who have no experience with learning Python, has never been into any technical field, they can also learn Python, and they can build many kinds of programs which ranges from simple text processing to web browsers and even to games. Python also provides the connection to databases, major commercial databases like MySQL, PostgreSQL, where we store all the data in mostly in databases and cloud platforms. So Python can easily integrate into those databases. Also, Python supports GUI application, graphical user interface applications, which makes it easier to build in application with the Python language. And it is also helpful in data manipulation, visualization, machine learning, and deep learning algorithms. So that's why we use Python. So now I'll move on to show you the different Python data types. So Python has major data types like integer. Just a second. Before that, I want to say this is Google Colab. This is a IDE of Python. IDE means Integrated Development Environment. Integrated. Integrated Development Environment.
It's visible. Please continue.
Yeah. So this is Google Colab. This is an integrated development environment in Python. We have many kinds of integrated development environment in Python, like Anaconda prompt, then PyCharm. Then this is a free Google developed integrated development environment IDE. Here we can for free build any kind of application, and also use GPU for building deep learning and artificial intelligence enabled applications. So here I'm going to show you. You can practice it as well with me or alone also. Just a second. Yeah. So this is a so in Python, there are many kinds of data types. So the main data types I can think of are integer, then float, then character, then list, and tuple, dictionaries, Boolean, etc. These are the major data types in Python. So I'll show you how we can check the data types in Python. So let me just make a code. Suppose I write x is equals to 1. So we all know 1 is an integer, right? So now I can show that x type. I can write type of x and run it. It is taking some time. Int means integer. Okay, so similarly I will write, suppose I'll write anything. I'll write say hello string y equal to y is a variable in this case. I'm assigning this one to a variable x. Okay, and y. So I'm writing hello string, hello world, suppose, and I will write type of y string. String means one letter is called A to Z letter is called character. Okay, character is A to Z letter, A to Z, and this string of letters is called a string type. So in Python, when we describe a string type data, we have to do it into inverted commas. We have to write it in between in the inverted commas. Okay, then I will show float. Another important data type is float. So float is suppose x equal to 20.5, say. This is decimal. Float means decimal. Any decimal numbers is called float. Now, when I type x, it would show me type of x is float. Okay. So next, I will write a list. So how to define a list? Say any y equal to list is defined always in square brackets. So square bracket, and I writing apple, then say banana. This is a list of strings. Banana, then say cherry. Okay. Then let me type. Let me see what is the type data type of y. Y is the list here. It's a list. Okay. Next tuple. So x1, let's say this is a variable, and tuple is always defined within parenthesis. Parenthesis. Okay. So let me write again. Same. I will give the same elements. The this 1, 2, 3 apple, banana, and cherry are the elements of list. Okay, and in this here banana, cherry, these are the elements of tuple. So type of x1, I would say this would be tuple. Okay, then let me code. Then there is a range. Let's say x is range of 6. Range is also a data type in Python. Okay, so let me write. You can see all this data type in Python only. See range. Okay. Here we are specifying the range, but without even specifying, without even setting the data, we can get it. Then there are okay. So list, tuple, and range are the sequence data types, and this float, integer, string are the like float and integer are numeric data types, and string is a character data type, text data type. Okay. Now let me show you another thing, that is a set. What is a set? Set is also a mapping data type. So We are setting the set here, like we are mentioning that it is a set while writing. So tuple, parenthesis, then curly bracket, then let's say apple, then banana, banana, and cherry. Type of text. Type of text. Frozen set. Okay, frozen set means we cannot like we cannot take one we cannot slice the set. We cannot take one element out another add one other element. We cannot do that. It frozen sets. Then we have Boolean type. What is a Boolean type? It is true or false. Boolean means true or false. True or false. In Python, we comment anything with a hash. Okay. Now, Boolean type. So if I say x is equals to true, true. See here, it is blue color. It is a string, but it's not taken as a string. True or false is a Boolean type. That's why it's not taken as a string. Then type of x. Type of x. Boolean. Bool. Okay. Now there are so these are the main data types we have, friends. And now let me show you what is the most important library in Python. So for importing any data in Python, we use one library called as pandas. Okay. So there is a very nice documentation of pandas you can visit. I think pandas, uh, pandas documentation. So it's a software library uh, written in Python language. So there are modules in Python which contain Python classes, objects, etc. And then there are libraries within that modules which perform specific functions. So for importing data, for manipulating data, we use the pandas library. It's an open source library, means anyone can use it. It's an open source. We don't require any um, subscription or for that or to buy anything or something like that. We can use it whenever. So this is the other PDF version of documentations. You can install it and see what are the things. So if we see getting started, we go to the getting started, then you can see what is this. So first of all, we have to write pip install pandas for installing the pandas library. And in Anaconda environment, we have to write conda install pandas. So like that. And okay, so let me show you how you can use pandas. So first of all, we have to write import pandas. Okay, let me show you first how to install it. So you can install by pip install pandas. Here I have already installed in my system. It is already installed. Pandas is already installed, so I will not install it again, but you can install it. Okay. I will just make it a comment. And for after installing the library, you can use import pandas as pd. Okay, go and run it. Then if I want to bring any data set into the environment, then I have to, the data set is in Excel format or CSV format. Then there are functions where we can read the any kind of data through pandas. So I can assign a variable, let's say data equal to pd dot read CSV, this one, and I have to give my file path name. And in Google Colab, it is a little different. So here we can upload the data and then give the path. So I can upload any kind of data. Say, I will take out any data. Say, let's say this data. Okay. So it will come in the environment. It is coming. You can see. Okay. So I have taken the CSV data into the environment. Now I will just click on this. Just click on these 3 lines and copy the path. So now I will put Control V and run it. So it is imported into the environment. Now let me see what is the data. How does the data look like? So I'll write data dot head. I can give head like any number of kind. Let me see the first 5 rows. So I'm writing first 5 rows. So it will now give me the data. Okay, this is the data. Now let me see what are the data types. So then I can write data dot type. Sorry. Data dot info. Data dot info. So data dot info is giving me the information about the data. Data, how many non-null data are there? Non-null means there is no null values. 404 non-null. The data type. Data type is object type. Then data source, this is the columns, these are the counts, and these are the data types. And what is the memory uses, and what are the different data types present. And how many columns are there? 7 columns. Okay. So this thing now, let me see what is the shape of the data. Data dot shape. Okay, so there are 7 columns and 38,404 rows. Okay. Now, I will just show you one function in Python, very important function. I forgot to mention that is a print function. Right. So anything you write, suppose you are writing y is equals to my name is Koshali. Then you can write print of y. So it will directly print then that this is the thing. Okay. Another thing we can begin where we can write let's say Yeah. So say here I have assigned y to a number integer, and then I have formatted this. F stands for format. There are I can directly write this variable within the curly brackets to show the format this number. Okay. So this is one function you can try out. Then so this was about the basics of pandas. With pandas we can do many other things, like we can drop a column. Let me show you how to drop a column from the data set. We can manipulate the columns, we can remove rows, we can change data types. So many things we can do with the help of pandas library. So suppose I want to remove the column in the data, which is, say, let's say the data source or the date. Let's say I have to remove the date. So I will write like that. I will write code like td dot, sorry, data dot drop. I will write the column name within inverted commas, that is, say, date, and axis is equals to 0. Axis equals to 1. Axis equals to 1 means column, and axis equals to 0 means rows. And I am assigning the new data set, data frame into a variable data1, say. Data dot, see if it works or not. Yeah, it works. So now let me see the data, and it will show data1 dot head. Will show me it is not showing the data type, sorry, date column. Also we can reset the index, we can make the data source as the index. Here I have to write, when I am importing the data, if I want to set the index, suppose say to date, then I have to write index equal to in comma index equal to date. Just mention this, then it will be date. Okay, just a second. Index. Okay, so I'll have to write set index equal to date. Let me try again. There is something other, I think. Okay, let me do one thing. I'll just reset the index and others. Okay, you can also see. So let me just simply say data dot reset the set index. Here you can see the various function of this one, that index. Say date. Yeah. So date is set is the index right now. Okay. So there is another library which is very important in Python, which is called the Numpy library. Numpy library. It is specifically to operate on the numeric data types. It creates many kind of like helps in manipulating the numeric data. Also, I can show you the Numpy official Numpy site. Numpy site. Let me show you. This is a Numpy organization. Here you can install Numpy, same as Pandas, pip install Numpy. Okay, and you can use this thing. Okay, so let me show you. So here, with the help of NumPy array, I can make one array. So let me assign one array. Say and NP. Okay, first let me import the NumPy library. So first of all, you have to do pip install NumPy. Pip install NumPy for downloading the NumPy library. Since it is already downloaded in my environment, I'll just command it out. Then let me write import NumPy as and run it. Then you can write array equal to np dot array within parentheses. I can give two lists. Array is a set of lists, okay. Like 1, 2, 3, and then I can write 4, 2, 5. Okay. So now Let me print the array to show what is the array type. Okay, let me show you the type. This is also array is also an important data type in Python. So let me write array is of type this thing, then type of array. This is the command. This is I'm writing array is of type, and the type of array will be also there. Let me see what it comes. Array. This is the array. Numpy.array. I'm making an array with two lists, and I'm printing the type of the array. So let me see what it comes. Okay, something was wrong. Okay, one thing is wrong. Yeah, we have to give double list of arrays. Yeah. So class numpy dot an array. So this is a class of arrays. Okay, like that. So these are the two main important libraries in Python. There are n number of libraries in Python. There are many libraries for machine learning, for deep learning, for every kind of work you want to do in Python. There are many kind of libraries. So okay, we can also see now the shape of array. So let me print the shape of array. Print shape array. Shape of array. I will write ARR. ARR is the variable assigned to the array dot shape. Okay, let me see what it comes. Yeah, 2 and 3. So there are two lists and three columns. Like 2 rows and 3 columns of the array. Okay. A single dimensional array is called vector. Okay. Okay, now let me see what are the element types stored in array. So I will write print array source element of type arr dot date. Array stores element of type integer because I have given integers here. So okay. So this is the thing. So we can create array through lists or tuples or using the array function in the Numpy module. Then so now let me create a random array. Let me show how to create a random array. I will write E equal to this is a NP is numpy dot random 2 and within 2 parentheses. Okay. And I'm writing print When I give /n, it just removes, it just skips one line and goes to the next line. So a random, then array. It will just skip another line. Just a second. Another line and write v. Okay, let me see what it gives. Yeah, a random array. Okay, wait just a second. Array. Yeah. So this the just within 0 to 2, it takes four numbers like 2. So it takes 0.0111 randomly. Okay, np.random. This is the function of the random module. It initializes random numbers. Okay, then so let me show you another thing, how to take random a equal to np.array. Let me make one random let me make one array with 4 by 4 array. Let me make one 4 by 4 array. So let me give -1, say, then 2, say, then let's say 0, 4, 4, and then 4, -0.5, 6, 0, 2, 6, 0, 2, 6, 0, 8. I'm taking 4 elements right here. Okay, then we take the 3 -7, 4, 2. So now let me do one thing. Let me write. Let me assign it as array. Then let me write temp is equals to, this is a variable name. I'm slicing the array. Okay, so let me slice the array to, and this is 2. So this is taking the first 2 elements and this is taking the first 2 elements. Let me see now what is the print. We print what? Let me see what it gives. Okay. Array with first 2 rows and alternate rows. So it will be this column 2 gives the first 2 rows. Okay, and this double column 2 gives the alternate rows. First 3 rows, alternate rows, give alternate rows, alternate rows, temp, alternate column, alternate rows, yeah, alternate rows. Let me see temp. Okay. Just a second. Hmm. Okay, let me put it like this. There is some problem here. Uh, Four were given. Okay, okay. I forgot to do one thing. Yeah. So it is coming. Okay. 4, 6 alternately giving those columns. So that's it for me, I think. Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. You're audible, but screen is off.
Yeah, I off the screen. So I said these are the two libraries I showed. I need to show more.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks for the session.
Yeah.
So thanks for the libraries and thanks for the data types. So
Yeah.
we'll be continuing tomorrow, madam. So tomorrow we'll be we'll be guiding the students in Python in depth, and we'll be training about a brief explanation about the machine learning. So thanks for the session, madam.
Okay, okay, sure. Tomorrow we'll
Yes.
talk about machine learning and start with how to do take. We'll see more of the data types and data structures.